fairly, what do you want to call this? Point control there. Point control there. Fairly easy to determine which is the point control and where it might go. Where does price look like it wants to go from this point control after it goes away? Well, we have to see it come back up, test, and then drop. That's just how that works. The direction we want it to go is this way. We want to take a short. In order for us to take a short, though, we need an entry point. So it's going to come back up after retrace, test this. We enter here, and then drop. We'll go ahead and put a line here just because. So I'm going to broaden something real quick because I recognized yesterday that there was a lack of structure happening. That structure starts with the time frame in which I trade in. Starts there. And then the second thing is recognizing trend, where the points of control are, and in which direction price ought to go based on where it is currently. Currently, it's in the move away. We have a fair value gap, assuming this candle closes the way it is looking like right now. Assuming that closes, we have a fair value gap away from the point of control. Here's the gist. Here's the shtick. Here's the pin in the hole. I've been limiting myself to trading between 9:30 and 10:30, primarily because that is the number, that is where the volume sits. That is where the major amounts of money come into market. The liquidity comes into the market and it influences the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the let's call it month, sure. Because I've been so focused on trading within this window, I feel like I've lost out on some opportunity. The opportunity being the vast majority of the day. The vast majority of the day, I'm seeing price go up way beyond where I think it will go, or way below where I think it will go. And my understanding, my whole point, my whole thought is that it's a limitation. It is very much so one big limitation. So, what exactly am I going to do about it? Well, we were just presented a slight problem. Per the strategy I'm using, where I'm using the point of control to determine where to trade, okay? We're currently sitting at consolidation. It's not going in one direction. It's going in consolidation pattern. For instance, first it's high, now it's low, now it's high again. And it's slowly moving in one direction, okay? And that is what this huge amount of volume right here is pretty much telling us. Hey, price is pretty much traded all over here. And it could very well go down here, but here's the thing. We've really explored this area. We don't know where we want to go. This is on the hour, though. On the 5 minute, just on the same page, let's take a look at the 5 minute. 5 minute says about the same thing. It's now 9:30. I should be looking for a trade. Thing is, the volume profile is pretty much the same across all the time frames. Realistically speaking, for the strategy I'm using, we shouldn't be trading. Realistically speaking, for the strategy I choose to use, because I'm after a trade today, a winning trade, a winning trade if possible. I want to see price move up. I want to see it hit this level here, and then I want to see it fall. Before we get too crazy, before we get too froggy, Man, Discord loves taking over my screen. Take a look at the news. We have one red folder, 8:30. Cool. Cool, which means we don't really need to look at this anymore. Why? Because, yeah, just go ahead, just toss that down there, because that's the thing. So where do I think price is going to go right now? I mean, obviously, the correct answer, in my honest opinion, is up. We're going to hit this. Do I think it'll continue higher? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Because again, the initial strategy is wait for this range to get hit. Enter thinking it'll continue down. And right here, our point control is way down low. At least on the 5-minute it is. And so we should be looking for price to hit, enter, and then continue lower, at least to this one right here. And into, at the very least, this range here. But I don't think it will. I think it'll continue higher. Why? Because this is a random walk, and we have consolidated after moving down to consolidation range. I don't know though. It's a pretty strong confluence that we have a range. The SMA is here. And for the session, if it's session based, we'd be looking at the opposite of the range. And if it's 24-hour based, we'll be looking at the point control there. Do I think it's a smart idea to enter here? Absolutely. Right now I do. But there's a problem. I have a problem with this. Because we've been in the down move for a minute. We've seen retraces left, right, and center. And plenty of them. And this is the one big move that changes that. So, do I think it'll continue lower? I don't think so. It might continue higher. I'm going to look at a video real quick because I think that's what is necessary for me to better understand it. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. I want to enter in on a short here. I want to enter in on my usual rate too. Why? Because we did very good to spot this happening now. It is a premature entry. No. I was watching a video just now. I was learning something just now. I've been implementing this strategy correctly. Identified 2 points of control within 24 hours, 24, 2 separate days, and identify where price is going to go based on those 2 points of control. We had a solid move away and a retrace, and it hit this point of control right here. From this point of control, there are 2 things that could happen. Either A, it'll react the way we want to, in which case it'll continue on down, and we'll see that move way down. Or what'll happen is that the point of control will fail, and we'll see a closure above. But we didn't. Instead, we saw it do exactly what I've been looking at this video doing. It came up, tested it, closed below, and within this range, and now we're seeing price react to it. The reaction being moving down. The next available point of control after this one is this one. It's in the down direction. This being in the down direction tells us, hey, price might continue down. Not that it will. The only other point of control that we have to really work with is up here. And I don't think it'll come up this far. I don't think it will. But this is the point of control that I'm inclined to think, hey, it might not work. At least not all that well. What I want to do is this. I want to take this, and I want this block to encompass this. Why? Why there? Because 2 reasons. 1, gives us a better risk to reward, and 2, it is the range at which that point of control specifically is the defined no-no area. Does that make sense? Per this video, per my understanding from this video, and the strategies I've implemented over the time I've spent actually trying to get good. When you place an entry, you need to find an area where a stop loss isn't going to hurt you as much compared to others. The entry being based around the point of control and the range of said point of control makes it entirely plausible to use other points of control and their ranges for the final stop loss and the final take profit. My final take profit is based on a short that I've entered based on the reaction to a point of control in the opposite direction. The opposite direction's point of control has boom and boom, the center mass and the range. What happens typically is that price will move down from this. We'll see it hit this marker here and then bounce up. So we're going to take that initiative, we're going to take that step forward in the event it doesn't choose to go as far down as we think it will. Instead, it'll stop here. So we'll go ahead and wait for it to hit, claim our final take profit, and leave market because we're not going to be here anymore. This is in the event it doesn't hit point of control. Keeps us in a safe margin. In the reverse order, it's also smart to have a point control up high. Usually another one from previous days gist, where we have a point control and we have a range, and that range is our stop loss, because this is the area in which price will need to go into after testing this. After it's the next available one, because it's not going to line itself with this one just cause it'll legit. It has tested, it has rejected, so it's now moving down type of gist, right? So now I just wait. Now I have to wait. Patient. Very, very patient. The end result of this trade, per my understanding, is going to be a win. Why? Why do I think it's going to be a win? Because the reaction is strong. We are in a good margin for win and loss. And I've executed this strategy correctly. That is what makes me think this is going to win. Now, I express to you, the viewer, for you to execute this strategy, you need to be on the chart. You need to do your homework. You need to understand what price is doing, why it's doing it, and where you think it's going to go based on your own educated guesses, based on your own education. Do not rely on me to teach you anything. These videos are notes for me. This is so I can look back if I ever decide to drop day trading and pick it back up. Because I have this knowledge, and I can very well come back to it, watch a couple of these videos, and just like riding a bike, those gears will start turning again. That being said, fingers crossed, because this is quite literally a trade based on a strategy I've only just recently, I say just recently learned. Based on a strategy I found similarity in when I was making my own strategy. Make sense? I made my own and then picked up on this guy. And this guy has something very similar to what I do, except he takes it a step further with an adaptation I didn't have before, giving me lower probability of loss and higher probability of winning. That being the case, do this at your own risk, learn this at your own risk, and by golly, be careful with what you put into market, and be careful who you listen to on the internet. If you enjoyed this, consider giving it a like. Comment below what your favorite part of the video was. Subscribe if you're new on the comeback. And if you are a subscriber, consider sharing this with someone who is picking it up for the first time. Not that they can learn from me, but that they can enjoy my failures. And then, of course, share it to those who are genuinely interested in seeing me succeed. If they like this video, hey, that's awesome. We're growing as a community. If they subscribe it, that's even better. Why? Because now I know they want more. And I should be inclined to make these kinds of videos. Not just for my note taking, but for their entertainment as well. My name's Orb. I'm going to pause the video now. I'm going to take a look at a little bit more of this video over here to make sure that, hey, things are semi-correct at the very least. And the end result should be a win. I will be right back. Okay? Okay. this trade lose? Don't know. But we put our stop loss at a respectable distance. Was this a bad trade? I don't think so. Because we entered correctly. Point of control is right here. We answered it. Watched it fall. Now we're still on a downtrend. I almost want to chalk this up to having a volume profile where we're in consolidation. So the pattern in which we're trading with doesn't work as well. This strategy just does not work in consolidation specifically. I'm going to go ahead and say it was because of that, primarily. Secondly, I almost want to see tomorrow. Like, I want to leave this chart right where it is because we executed that quite nicely. That was a good dang trade. I want to see exactly where price essentially said, you ever have those moments where your brain just shuts off in the middle of having a conversation with someone? I just had that happen to me and my brain completely stopped. Not a thought going between these ears outside of I'm waking up now. I hear the window chime in my own head. Consolidation. Not a good idea. What do I think price is doing? Discovering. It broke structure on the 5 minute, hasn't broke structure on the 1 hour. I want to leave this chart here. I want to see if price continues lower. Why? Because we had a huge amount of volume within this whole area right here. And I think, could be wrong, that the failure occurred because we had such a back and forth just happening between here, here, and here. And the only thing stopping price from going higher was the very next volume node. That's a high volume node right here. So I think it was my mistake because when inspecting the totality of 1, 2, and 3 all in the same picture alongside its entirety of the volume profile, we could see quite clearly price came up into this range, stopped us out here, and is now on the move back down. How far down? My best guess, either this range here or this range here. One of these two is going to get hit. Don't know which. But after it's been hit, we can expect either from here to go higher or from here to go lower because it will have decided between these two the direction it wants to go in. That being the case, we lost this trade, but it wasn't for naught. We learned a little bit. I think I did pretty good today. I did good. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Leave a comment, share it, like it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow's Friday. Today's Thursday. Crazy how time flies.